I'm being deadly serious when I say this. Did Joe Biden and Dr. Fauci team up to kill children, including Meghan McCain's child? These are not the kind of things that you joke about. Meghan McCain is saying, put Dr. Fauci in jail. I was pregnant during COVID and I lost my baby. And now we've learned that Dr. Fauci knew damn well that the COVID shot theoretically could cause miscarriages, and they did. And Joe Biden, of course, pardoned Dr. Fauci because they knew they were committing these crimes against humanity. Joe Biden saying here, if elected, I'll immediately reach out to Dr. Fauci and ask him to continue his incredible service to our country in genociding our children. Is this what Elon Musk knows? Is this why Elon Musk is saying my pronouns prosecute Fauci? One of the most popular tweets of all time. Elon Musk. Now you know why I want to prosecute Fauci. Because Fauci's pardon is backdated to 2014, when they began to do gain-of-function research in the laboratory. When Dr. Fauci took his experiments offshore to China in direct violation of the rules of his funding, Dr. Fauci was working for the CIA. Dr. Fauci was working in order to create pathogens and viruses to do exactly what they did to Donald Trump, and to bring about such a panic that you could destroy the economy and you could usher in mail-in voting. And then more importantly, you could control the population. My pronouns are still prosecute Fauci. It's the smartest, richest man in the world saying, prosecute Dr. Fauci, prosecute Fauci. Well, it looks like he could potentially be prosecuted because the Attorney General of the state of Florida, James Uthmeier is his name, he was in Washington, D.C., and he's collecting all of the evidence in order to prosecute Fauci in Florida, where your federal pardon means nothing. And we may have just learned exactly how and why Dr. Fauci could be prosecuted in the state, because Dr. Fauci tortured, poisoned, killed millions of babies. People have even been calling Dr. Fauci out. We could see through him. We could see through this when Dr. Fauci was lying about the effectiveness of the coronavirus.
Is as a symbol to the rest of the country that I feel extreme confidence in the safety and the efficacy of this vaccine. And I want to encourage everyone who has the opportunity to get vaccinated so that we can have a veil of protection over this country that would end this pandemic.
Dr. Fauci, of course, was invested in the vaccine companies. He created the virus itself. There's no proof that he's even getting the vaccine at all. And there's absolutely no proof that Dr. Fauci believed the vaccine was safe or effective, because now we have Dr. Fauci's own text messages, even though he was going door to door in the ghetto in Washington, D.C., trying to manipulate and browbeat people to get the vaccine. It turns out that Dr. Fauci knew the vaccine carried a miscarriage risk linked to COVID, publicly claiming there were no issues. Newly released texts. Oh my, what is this? Top line. Privately raised concerns, Dr. Fauci did, concerning the COVID-19 vaccines link to miscarriages in expectant mothers, despite having publicly insisted that there were no red flags for pregnant women. Let's read the text messages, shall we? Bombshell text released. Dr. Fauci knew that the vaccines caused miscarriages. Let's go ahead and look right here. This was released by Ron Johnson seconds ago from Dr. Fauci. I asked around a bit more, and there's another issue that came up that you need to be aware of. Since many people have significant storm and fever after the second dose, theoretically could be associated with miscarriage in the first trimester. Dr. Fauci knew that the vaccine risk was for miscarriages in the first trimester and never said a word. How many of you know somebody who had a miscarriage or a vaccine injury or a child that have some type of severe illness during COVID? I know a lot of people. My wife, who believes that like she had a word from heaven, frankly, about the poison in the vaccine, did not get vaccinated, refused the vaccine. Our children are healthy and wonderful and are developing perfectly. But I know, and I know this is like a sort of causation thing. I think that we're getting very close to correlation and causation, but I know a lot of people who have small children or had pregnancies during COVID and had miscarriages or some type of horrible malady becoming on their child. And again, correlation, causation, no connection. At some point, like, people are going to start pulling all the threads, and we're going to see exactly what poison this is and how it irreparably damaged and genocided children. I know people like this. Do you know people like this? Do you know people who had vaccine damage done to their children or pregnancies? Once again, Anthony Fauci was saying one thing in public and something completely different in private. He was willing to put women and their unborn children at risk instead of admitting that he was wrong about the vaccine. He tried guilting Americans into taking, says Rand Paul. Dr. Death, he knew. First text release, Fauci phone, real concerns about miscarriages in pregnant women. Do you know a woman who had a miscarriage? Senator Paul and I released these text messages. Well, I've been conducting oversight for years. Now we have the documents that Dr. Fauci's government-issued phone. My investigation has only just begun, says Ron Paul, senator who deserves the credit for this. Dr. Fauci was publicly saying this in 2021. 20,000 women have been vaccinated with no red flags.
And this is being monitored by the CDC and the FDA. Since the EUA and under the EUA, approximately 20,000 pregnant women have been vaccinated with no red flag.
This guy is one of the largest mass murderers of our time. I'm not sure exactly if we will ever know the full extent of his evil crimes. Pregnant women were told there was zero danger from the COVID shot. The data reflected the private concerns wasn't true, indefensible. Fauci belongs in prison for the rest of his life, publicly telling women that there's nothing to worry about. Put Fauci in jail. I had a miscarriage, says Meghan McCain. Fauci must be prosecuted. Anybody who thinks Fauci is legally immune at any level, in every state, for every crime, because of some preemptive pardon issued by Biden's auto pen is an idiot. He can be prosecuted, and he must be prosecuted. This is not hyperbole. Handcuff, perp walk him, put him in jail for the rest of his life. Spoken like a woman who lost a child because of this. Will we ever know? The pardon of Dr. Fauci is federal only. It would not apply to state law. If somebody took the vaccine in Florida or Texas and had a miscarriage, then Fauci could be prosecuted under state law for manslaughter. Fauci really should be put in trial for mass murder and face the death penalty. Fauci knew that COVID vaccine caused miscarriages and still forced it on pregnant mothers. How is this not mass murder? And remember, Joe Biden put him in this position, pardoned him after being an accomplice to the crimes. So go after Biden too. Let me know what you think. Do you know somebody who was vaccine injured by the COVID vaccine? Do you know a pregnant woman who was vaccine injured? Let me know in the comment section. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe.